Georgia versus Kentucky. Georgia's a 14.5-point favorite. If you're going to be in Sanford Stadium this weekend, obviously that's going to be a great game to watch. Everybody's going to have eyes on that after the showing Ray Davis put on against Florida last week.
Yeah.
But if you would like to go to that game and you haven't got your tickets yet, go to SeatGeek. Use code 10-second runoff 10SECOND RUNOFF 10-second runoff. Get $20 off your first purchase. That's a case of beer for your tailgate or 2 beers at the game. So think of it that way and you're solid. Save yourself those $20. How do you feel about the line? Georgia minus 14.5 over Kentucky.
If I'm a Georgia fan, I'm worried about that line. I don't know how worried I am about the game, but I'm worried about the line. 14.5, Kentucky's been on a freaking tear. I don't even know if that's the word. Yeah. They've been rolling, bro. That run game is just devious. Now, Georgia's defense is – you like that?
It was something.
I thought so. Their run game is something. So,
yeah.
If that's fair, I mean, that's a decent comparison. I don't love the line. To me, this is like 10.5. However, Georgia's always a candidate to blow people out, as obviously everybody knows. They're also a candidate to win by 4, right?
Or 7.
Right.
Against Auburn last week.
Exactly. And so, which, should have bet. Who knows? Who knows? But – I know. But Kentucky, I think, covers this line. Between their run game, man, and their defense. They have a good defense, sneaky good defense. So I like Kentucky to cover, but I do like Georgia to win.
Yeah. Talking about that Georgia-Auburn game last week, I think Auburn came out. Here's why I'm concerned for Georgia. Auburn came out and immediately their game plan was run the ball.
Yeah.
They ran it with Peyton Thorne. They ran the read option a lot early in the game. With the plethora of running backs they had, they just ran hard-nosed down the field. Every time they'd make contact, they get 4 more yards, like punishing running plays. And if Georgia doesn't get that fixed, well, they got Ray Davis this week.
Yeah.
So that's tricky from my perspective. But I do think Georgia gets it done. I think Georgia gets it done. I think a lot of people looked at that 27-20 Auburn game and said Georgia doesn't deserve to be number 1 anymore. I disagree. I think they absolutely deserve to be number 1 in the AP. Now, we do power ratings, right? So we both had Michigan at number 1, I think, because right now, today, they're probably the best team in the country. But I do think Georgia still deserves to be at 1, and they're a team that is absolutely right there in the mix. Again, we do power ratings, and we both put them at 2.
Right.
So I think they've had a couple struggle wins now on the season, but they've had injured backfield. They just got Ladd McConkey back. Brock Bowers is a superhuman, actually.
Yeah, he's nuts. He's Travis Kelce.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I think it's more impressive that they've gone out, had teams take them to the edge, and they were able to finish. They were able to get the job done. So I think Georgia is a really, really good team.
I think they're good. I think they're definitely good. I've never seen any Georgia front 7 in the last, 4 or 5 years. What are you laughing at?
Mikey just held in a sneeze back there.
I haven't sneeze into the mic. Leave me alone.
Yeah, that'd be good.
You can mute your mic. You know that.
It's muted.
Okay.
As you can just see right now, I'm talking on the stream, and it's muted.
Okay.
I did that on purpose. I didn't want to be caught on your mic. I'm doing this for you. I'm holding it for you.
What a goat. What a goat. But, no, man, I've never seen a Georgia front 7 in the last 5 years be punished like they were against Auburn.
Yeah.
Like that, I almost thought I wasn't watching Georgia.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, they're getting 6, 7, I don't know how many yards they actually had to carry, but at times it seemed like 7 yards a carry. So that's poor, right? If they don't fix that, Kentucky's going to run for 300 yards.
And the turnovers.
Yeah.
They threw a pick in the first possession of the game. And
that was
then
my next thing.
The first possession of the second half, they put the ball on the turf.
Yeah.
So got to fix that.
First 2 possessions of the second half. I lied. 1 got overturned.
Yeah.
But even then, right? Like, eesh. And, man, I got to see Carson back. You get your number 1 wide receiver back. Again, Brock Bowers, superhuman. I got to see more out of Carson back before I really just feel good about Georgia in all. Because, again, Kirby Smart's teams usually fire on all cylinders. I say usually because we're talking about the last half decade. Like, this is a new Georgia. For them to still be number 1, I don't know if I love it. I don't know if I hate it. But, again, deserve to still be number 1. They haven't lost ever. Their kids.
Since 2021.
Yeah. So there are kids right now that weren't born and now are in preschool the last time Georgia lost.
No.
It'd be close. But they're walking and talking is what's happening with those toddlers. But, no, man. Man. Wait, so you say you think Georgia gets it done. When's the game? Duh. Right? I don't even mean duh.
I don't even think duh. Like,
I
I don't think necessarily duh. I think Kentucky absolutely can win this game.
Right.
But I think Georgia wins. I'd set the line at 6.5.
So you don't think they cover?
No.
I agree.
But also, we've taken a couple shots at Georgia here. I want to make sure we also say this. They've put up 48, 45, 24, 49, 27. So they do have a really good offense. They've covered 40 points. They've cleared 45 3 times now. And the 2 games they got taken to the wire, they got it done. So
yeah, and those 2 games they didn't clear 30 though. Like,
but they've shown that they're capable of winning tight games.
Yeah. But with opponents that shouldn't have been tight with.
And South Carolina wasn't even necessarily a tight game. They wanted a 21-0 run to close it out.
Yeah.
So
that's not good.
What do you mean? I think that is good. I think that is
good.
I
think it's good. But, I mean, they're head and shoulders better than these teams. On paper, on not paper, on this table, on everything. Like, no, seriously. I mean, I agree with you, but that's concerning. Very concerning, I think. But no, I think they beat Kentucky. I don't think they cover.
I remember a couple years ago was it 2019 when Georgia lost to South Carolina and then found their way in the SEC championship game. So I'm not
blown out.
They did get blown out that year.
Yeah.
But I'm not worried about. Or even when Georgia lost in the SEC championship game, that was their only loss of the season, and then they went to the national championship and won it. So
avenged it. It's hard to beat a good team twice.
Yes.
I just like poking holes, bro. You know I do. That's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, but the point is, I think if Georgia gets taken to the wire on multiple occasions and gets it done, really only taken to the wire once. They didn't get taken to the wire by South Carolina. They were losing at half, but they dominated them in the second half.
Yeah.
But against Auburn, I think, look, last week whenever I previewed that game, I said that I think South Carolina, I thought that Auburn was going to cover and that it was going to be a really tight game that came down to the last possession. And I was pretty close. I didn't have them. They obviously didn't come down to the last possession, but I was really close on that. So they didn't do anything that I didn't expect them to do. And I still think they're one of the best teams in college football.
Other than coming in that last, yeah. But you still think they're what?
One of the best teams in college football.
I agree. I think this is like one of those show me weeks. You know what I mean? Like it's not Missouri. That's the show me state. A little trivia for you guys, but no, I think this is one of those show me weeks. If they go out and put up 21 to a 28-point victory, I'm gonna feel better about Georgia than I do right now. And again, I don't feel bad about them. They're one of the best teams in the country, possibly the best team in the country. But they need a blowout.
Yep.
I don't think they get it.